Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum dear viewers. How are you? So today I will just start with the practical program number 31, and that is the writer program to print the odd numbers up to the sequence of odd numbers up to a given number. So you have to find the sequence of odd numbers, means list of odd numbers to the up to the limit of that number which user has given to the program. Okay, for that variable I have just initialized two variables. Declared two variables on line number 4, that is integer data type I and n. N is the number which will be input by the user, and that is initialized by printf and scanf. On printf I have just displayed that what we have to print odd numbers up to the given numbers, and I is used to increment the variable, means all the numbers up to the given number. Like say if user gives 9, then all the rest of the numbers from starting 1 to 9, the list of odd numbers will be displayed. For loop is used for starting I is equal to 1 and I is less than or is equal to 9. That loop will be repeated until the I is equal to 9 or less than 9. And then printf statement is used. Let's just source compilation, run. It will ask you to enter any number, 9 like say. Then you can see odd number 1 will odd number. The odd numbers are those numbers which are not divided by the 2. 3, 5, 7 and 9. Now you can see 9 is also included because what was written that I must be equal, group will be repeated until the I is less than or is equal to 9. 9 will also be included. So now let's just move to the practical program number 32. Okay guys, let's move to the practical program number 32, and the practical is write a program to count multiples of a given number lying between two numbers. Means two numbers range will be given, and a program has to find the multiples of all the given numbers. For this purpose, four variables are defined: int L, U. Okay, L and U are the numbers in which between the program has to find the multiples. I is used for increment, and D is used for storing the value of multiples. So L and U are initialized by the printf and scanf statement on line number 6 and 7. Then again third printf statement is used for initializing the variable D, and then I have used the for loop just to increment the variable. Like the program has to find the multiple of given number. Like if user enters 2 and 10, then how the variable will be initialized, like how the program will take the values from 2 to 10, like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So all these multiples will, all the numbers between 2 and 10, their multiples will be displayed on the screen. So first of start will I is equal to 1 and I is less than is equal to U for upper limit and L for lower limit, and I plus plus it will be incremented, and its remainder will be is equal to 0. And m count is equal to 0, 0, then it will be increased to incremented 2 times. And then printf is used to print the value of multiples of percentage D and percentage D. First percentage D is showing the lower limit value, and second percentage D is showing the upper value, last value, and last D is will presented the integer type data of multiples, and then return 0. Let's just go to compilation. Okay, compilation, enter the lower and upper limit like 2 and 10. I can give space, enter the number, I say 5. Multiple of 5 between 11 and 10 are 2. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Just users, just my students, let's move to the practical number 33, and the practical is write a program to print first and natural numbers using the for loop. This is so simple. We do not have to initialize the value until we have to initialize the value of variable first and natural number by using a loop, for loop. So just simply I am writing one loop for x is equal to 1, starting value 1, and x is less than or is equal to 10, and increment will be going on, that x plus plus 1 plus 1 2 2 plus 1, and it will be repeated until the value becomes 10 or is equal to 10, less than 10 or is equal to 10. Then on line number 8, printf statement is used. For loop, obviously if this condition is true, then it will start printing the values. It will keep printing the values. Like say if on the 11th turn, if the 10 plus 1 the value becomes 11, the condition becomes false, then loop will be terminated. So I'm just going to run this program and you can see its output at once, like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. All the values are printed. Okay guys, let's move to the practical 34. Write a program to check whether the number is prime number or not. So first of all, I've just included the head section, the studio.file and co.input output file, and after that I've used the main section. Two variables are defined. Num is the number whose who will be checked for the is that a prime number or not, and I for variable increment, and count is equal to 0. Number will be initialized by printf from scanf on line number 6 and 7, and then a loop will be used. Here no need of loop because we have just entered the only one number as according to the requirement of your book. Write a program to check whether the number is prime or not. So this part is from line number 9 to line number 15 is extra. Means if we want to check the list of number as prime number or not, then we can use the loop. So for now we can see that what is the purpose for condition is used. I is equal to 2 increment, and it is less than or is equal to 2, and I plus I will be incremented. Then we will divide the number which is entered by the user is divided by I, means 2, and if its estimator is equal to 0, then the count plus whole the next value will be incremented. And then line break. After that, on line number 15, the condition, if condition is used with the count. Now you can see that what is the problem, that if count is equal to 0, then this is a prime number, means the count remains 0. Count will also increase. Now obviously when I will be incremented, the count will also increase. But here what is written, that if count is equal to 0, then this is a prime number, otherwise this is not a prime number. Now I just run it and you can see that according to your book, if I enter 31, it will say this is not a prime number. As we all know that 31 is a prime number. Prime number are those who have only two factors like 1 on itself. But here it is showing that it is not prime number. Why it is showing that it is not a prime number? Because on line number 15 it is written that if count is equal to 0, then it is a prime number. Like if we enter some value, then it will be counted as the prime number. It will be, if we entered only 0, then it will be considered as a prime number. Otherwise any other number will count it as the not a prime number. Yes, now I'm just moving to practical number 35. Write a program to print the numbers between 1 and 10, like all the numbers will be printed, and along with an indication of whether each is a even or odd. Like all the numbers will be printed, and it is also written with it that even the numbers 1 to 10 are even or odd. So for simply just fun variable is initialized. Okay, and outer loop will be used just to increment the variable, like 1 to onward, x is equal to 1, and then how much time it will be repeated. This loop will be repeated till the value of x becomes 10, that x is less than or is equal to 10. And how the value of x will be generated, x is equal to x plus 1. If x is equal to 1, then 1 in plus 1 2. Now x become 2, and then next number 1 will be added, 2 plus 1 3, then x become 3, 3 plus 1 4, and so on. Now on line number 9, if x percentage 2 is equal to 0, like if value of x is divided by 2, then and its estimator will be 0, then it is called the printf is a even number. But if any number between 1 to 10 it is divided by 2 and its estimator is not 0, then it is called an odd number. So I'm just going to check it. So I haven't entered, I just incremented the variable and all the numbers are printed, but what is shown, that 1 is odd, 2 is even. Why? Because 1 will be divided by 2, estimator will not be 0, so it is printed as odd number. And 2 is divided by 2, estimator will be 0, then it is printed as the even number. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum guys, how are you? So I'm just moving to the practical program number 36. Write a program that displays product of all the odd numbers from 1 to 10 using for loop. Here I will initialize only the two variables x will be the value, x will be the use for increment decrement, and product will contain the product of all the odd numbers from 1 to 10. For loop is used to initialize the value. For like on line number 7, condition is used for x starting value is x starting value of x is equal to 1, and then the condition is applied that x how many times loop will be repeated until the value of x become less than or is equal to 10. And then how it will be incremented, x is equal to starting value is 1, 1 plus 2 it becomes 3, and then x will become 3, 3 plus 2 is equal to 5, x will become 5, 5 plus 2 7, and 7 plus 2 9, so on. And how product will be calculated, product is equal to product into x, product is 1 and the number will be, although all the products will be 1 and 1 will be multiplied by the first number 3, okay, and then its product will be become 3, and then 3 will be multiplied by 5, 15, and 15 will be multiplied by 7, and 7 multiplied will be 15 multiplied by 7, and the answer will be then multiplied by the next number 9. So just let's move to the is compilation. You can see that 945, first in 3, 3 into 1 3, and 3 is product, next number is 5, 3 into 5 15, and then 15 will be multiplied by 5, 75, and 75 will be multiplied by 9, 945. So this is the answer. Okay guys, I'm just moving to the practical program number 37. Write a program to display all the even numbers from 1 to 100 and also find their sum. All the even numbers. I'm just going to tell you that even numbers which are divided by 2 and the remainder is 0. So first of all, the variable x is declared, x is initialized by the for loop, and then the variable sum, which will contain the value of sum of all the even numbers from 1 to 100. On line number 6, the loop is initialized. For starting value of x will be 2, and how many times the loop will be repeated that until the x value become less than 100 or is equal to 100. Then x plus is equal to 2 means 2 will be incremented x2, 4 and 6 and 8 and so on. After that, I've used a printf command just to print the value of x, like all the values of x will be printed. And then on line number 10, after getting print of all the values from 1 to 100, all the even values from 1 to 100, the value of sum is given. Sum plus is equal to x means the value of x will be plus by into the next number, and all the values will be calculated, and sum all the values will be calculated. So here we can also use another condition in which we can ask compiler to execute to calculate the even numbers. What is that formula? That if a value of x or the number will be divided by 2 and if its remainder is 0, then it will be called as even number. And then I have used the again printf command on line number 12. This printf statement is used to print the values of sum of those numbers which are even in the range of 1 to 100. So guys, let's just go to the print. First of all the values will be printed. Like you can see 2, 4, 6, 8, 12 without space, these are shown on your screen. And sum of even numbers from 1 to 100 means 2 into 4, 4, 6, and then 6 will be plus into 6 and 8, and then 8 will be plus into last sum 2, 4, 6, 6, 6, 12, 12 with 20, 20 into 10, 30, 30 into 12, 42, and so on, and it will become 2500 and 550. Okay guys, let's move to the practical number 38. Write a program that displays 5 numbers with their cubes. There is no limit that what should be specific, those 5 specific numbers. User can we can initialize the variable from 1 to 5 specifically. So here the variable x is declared, and then cube will be declared. Cube will store the value of cubes of 5 numbers, and x will initialize, x variable is used to input the values of 5 variables. So for loop is used to initialize the value of x. For x is equal to starting value will be 1, and then how many times loop will be repeated? 5 times, because in the question there is requirement that we have to display the first 5 numbers with their cubes. So it will be incremented 1 into 1 2, 2 into 1 3, 3 into 1 4, 3 or 4 plus 1 5, and then the loop formula will be given. Cube formula will be given. Cube, how we will calculate the cube? Like value of x will be multiplied 3 times, x cube, like 1 cube, 2 cube, value of 2 will be calculated 3 times, 2 into 2 into 2, value of 3, x when x become 3, its cube will also be calculated, 3 into 3 just become 27, 4 into 3 is become 64, and then 5 into 3 is become 125. Let's go to input, output. You can see first of all the values are printed and with its cube. 1 raised to power 3 1, 2 raised to power 3 8, 3 raised to power 3 27, 4 raised to power 64, and 5 raised to power 3 125. Okay, in practical program number 39 is just like the practical program number 38. So I'm showing you the practical 39 from the computer science class 10 notebook, and it's just like the same like in the previous program. We have find out the cube, that value is multiplied 3 times. Now we have to find out its square. So square variable is declared, and then printf statement is used to print the value of square, and then for loop is used, same variables 1 to 5, although because the requirement in the practical is first 5 numbers. And how formula of square is given on line number 9, x into x. Let's move like 1 square 1, 2 square 4, 3 raised to power 2, 3 3s are 9, 4 4s are 16, 5 5s are 25. So it's just so simple. Okay guys, now let's move to the practical number 40. Write a program to convert an integer from decimal number system base 10 to binary number system base 2. So here in your book you have to convert a number from decimal to binary number system. For this plain purpose you have defined 3 variables, int n will be the number which will be typed by the user. C will tell the coding scheme, like in this program on your practical notebook you can see C is equal to 31. 31 means the computer is 32 bit coding scheme, and it will be taken as 0 to 31. So it is just declaring the coding scheme of your computer. And then the k will store the value of the binary number system. Okay, now let's move to the practical execution. Like after declaring the variables at line number 4, int n, c and k, printf. I have used the printf command just to initialize the value of n. Here n is that value, that integer value which is in the decimal, and I want it to convert into the binary number. Scanf and printf is used to initialize, and another scanf is another printf on line number 8 is used to present that decimal number into binary number. That percentage d is binary, in binary is binary लिखा है ना, आप इसको करेंगे in binary means this number will be in the, if it's converted into binary number system, then what will be the output. So this printf is used to display the output into the binary format. For loop is used for c is equal to 31. I have told you that why c is 31, because it's 32 bit coding scheme, so the number will be taken to 0 to 31, and then all the decimal points will be decremented. Like you can see in your book that if the user has entered 100, then 100 will be converted into binary, that it will be divided by 2, and if you divide it by 2, you can see that how many number of bits the answer is represented. I just counted. Yes, it's 31. 0 to 31 means 32 bit coding scheme. So here you have specified the number of values after converting the decimal number into binary. So whenever you convert a number into from decimal to binary, the value will be represented in the 32 bit coding, means 32 digits will be present there. Now k is equal to n goes to c, means the number that is converted into binary will be represented by the c in the format of c. Now it will print 1 and 0. How it will print 1? When it will print 1 when its remainder is 1. Like 100 divided by 2, 2 50s are 100, remainder 0. 2 25s are 100, remainder 0. 2 12 to 24, remainder will be 1. So this is how the values will be printed. Now let's move to this execution. You can see like say 100. I'm just inputting the same value as the practical book. Now you can count this value. These are in the form of 32 bit coding scheme, means there are 32 values that are printed on the screen. Now I'm just moving to some other input, 50. So same thing, same happened, like 32 bit values are presented, and this is how the 50 is converted. 2 25s are 50, first remainder will be 0. 2 12s are 24, 1 is the remainder. So from right side, the last 0 and then 1. And then 2 6 are 12, remainder 0. 2 3s are 6, remainder 0. 2 1s are 2, 1 remainder. And 2 zeros are 0, 1 remainder. So last 6 values will be represented as like this, and another 24 values will be presented as 0, because there is nothing, as the variables is converted totally. So you can, this is so easy. Okay guys, I'm just moving to the practical program number 41. Write a program to produce a multiplication table for a given number. Means you have to print the table. So here just I have initialized, I have declared 3 variables: table number, tab and no table number, tab le and table length, that how many times the table will be presented, like 2 raised to power 20 till 20 or 30 or 210. In default, by default we use specifically the general format of table is 2 to 10 values, and then the x will be the number whose table you want to get printed. Okay, the printf and x is the variable which is used for increment and decrement, like how much time the number you entered will be multiplied and show you the value of table. So printf and scanf is used to initialize the variable value of table number and table length, and then for loop is used to initialize the values, like from 1 to 10 or 1 to 20 times you want to repeat the table. Okay, x is equal to 1, starting value will be 1, like if you enter 2, then 2 will be multiplied by 1, and how much time it will be repeated, table length, like say if you enter table length 20, then this loop will be repeated until the value of x is becomes 20, like 2 into 1, 2 into 2, 2 into 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, so on. If you enter table length 10, then it will be multiplied by 10 times, and then x plus x will be incremented 1 plus 1 2, 2 plus 1 3, and so on. And then printf statement is used, percentage d into percentage d is equal to percentage d is the number to whose table you want to print in, and percentage d, next percentage d is showing the value of x, and third. Okay, and then printf percentage d, first percentage d is showing the value of number whose table you want to get printed on the screen. After that, static, the next percentage d is showing the value of x, and then last is the results of the table. So let's move to its compilation. You enter the table number 2, length is 10, and then you can see the table is getting printed. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Guys, I'm just moving to the practical number 42. Write a program that shows your first name in uppercase and last name in lowercase letter on the screen. Means this program is very simple, but here it has been made so complicated. So you can just look at the output, then enter first name, enter second name, Nasir Jamal, and you have to just print your output in the form that first name must be in uppercase and last name must be in lowercase. Which user gave input is the normal letter, all are the small letter. This is the sentence case, first letter is capital and all the rest of the small. But when the output will be printed on the screen, the output which is shown on the screen will be Nasir in capital, and the second name, surname Jamal will be in the lowercase. So just to avoid the complication, I'm just going to explain this specifically. Like you can use simply printf and gets statement just to print your output, like on line number 10, 11, 12 and 13. Enter your first name, like first name, like here's Nasir, and then gets first name, and then enter the last name, gets last name. You can also exclude the rest of the conditions from this. You can simply print the number, print the value, but in that case only your name after the execution will be printed. Here the name before the execution is also printed and after the execution is also printed. Let's go to this output. Nasir and Jamal. You can see that it has converted into the Nasir, first name in uppercase and last name in lowercase. You just simply write the printf enter printf. You can use printf the name in uppercase which you want to get printed in uppercase. Like if you want to get print of Nasser in uppercase, then you can write the same uppercase letter with the printf statement, and then there is no need to write the get statement. And if you want the Jamal, the second name, in lower letter, then you can also write it on the with the printf statement. Okay guys, let's move to the practical number 43. Write a program to find a table of the number. So I'm just going to tell you that program number 43 and 41 are just like the same. Here you have to print the number, it's an table. So I'm just going to direct this output like 3. I want to get a table of 3 and length will be 10, obviously 10 values. Then to output, this will be the output. So I'm just not explaining the program scene again. So I'm just simply moving to the next program. And here I'm just opening the next program, practical number 44. Okay, this is the practical number 44. Write a program to print numbers in reverse order from 1 to 10. Reverse order means 1 to 10, like first 10 will be printed, then 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 and 3, 2, 1. So I'm just simply use the x variable, and it will be initialized for the for loop. With the for loop, for x starting will be 10. We cannot give in the sequence because we want reverse order, so larger last value will be written first, like x is equal to 10 and x is greater than or is equal to 1. So the number between 1 and 10 will be printed, and x is decremented, means 10. When it is decremented, it become 9 and 8 and 7, 6 so far, and then to 1. After that I have given the printf command. Let's move to its output. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So this is simply the output. So now in this video, same video, I'm just going to explain the program, practical program number 45. I've just saved all the programs. I'm explaining one by one. Okay, the program 45 is write a program to print even numbers from 1 to 20. Even numbers are those numbers which are divided by 2 and their remainder is 0. So here I declare the variable x and initialize the variable with the for loop, like x is equal to 2. Okay, and then 1 to 20. You can see that even numbers are those which are divided by 2. So in the range of 1 to 20, the first even number is 2. So I have given the value x is equal to 2, and it will be repeated until the value of x become 20 or less than 20. And x plus 2 means if x is 2, 2 plus 2, 4. If x is 4, 4 plus 2, 6. How these numbers are calculated? You can see 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 9, 10, 4, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20 are printed. And how is it printed on separate line? Because on line number 9 with printf, the /n escape sequence is used. Okay, the practical program number 46. Write a program to print all numbers from 1 to 20. This program is same like the practical program number 45. Here the even numbers were written. So for the formula is changed, like it you can see that first odd number is starting from 1, as x is less than 20, and it will start from 1, it will go to the 19. 2 will be added, next number will be 3, 2 will be added, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17 and 19. So I'm just going to simply its output. You can see. Assalamualaikum. I'm going to explain the practical number 47. Write a program to find the roots of a quadratic equation. Here I'm just going to tell you the quadratic equation minus b plus 1 under root b square minus 4ac by 2a. So I've just started the program. What are the variables of quadratic equation? A, B, C and D. D is used to represent the value of quadratic equation. Integer type data will be represented A, B, C, double root 1 and root 2. Double root 1 and 2 means the first for positive value and then for negative value. The variable A, B and C are initialized by the printf and scanf on line number 9 and 10. And how D will be presented is equal to b square minus 4ac. So these special symbols, special characters are presented here. B square means b into b. 4ac means 4 into a into c. Then now the condition is applied that if d is less than 0, the line number 14 and 15 are here to play the value of square root of positive and negative as well. Like percentage, first root is equal to percentage dot 2lf plus j dot means that after inputting the values in the quadratic equation, like b square plus minus minus b plus minus. First equation, print the value of minus b plus under root b square minus 4ac by 2a, and the second value, second printf will represent the b minus under root b square minus 4ac by 2a. So you can see that percentage dot 2lf, it means that after percentage, after the dot, if the variable, the value is form of fraction, then after dot the only two values will be represented. Else root 1 is equal to minus b plus square t minus a, this is written the quadratic formula, minus b plus minus, here 19 and 20, the plus and minus are separated, so minus b plus square root under root d by under root b square minus 2a. D means d, here the d is equal to b square minus 4ac. So despite writing b square minus 4ac, only the d is written under root d by 2a. And on line number 20, same is written with the negative symbol, minus b and again the minus instead of plus. And two printf statements are used 22 and 23. On line number 22 and 23, for first root means for positive square root, and other for second negative square root. So I'm just going to run it. It will ask the values of a, b and c, just like your book. I'm giving the value 2, 6 and 2. So 2.62 and 0.00. How it is possible that after putting the value, first one you can calculate it by yourself, like b square means 6 square minus 4ac minus 4 into 2 into 2, 4 2s are 8, 2s are 16. B square 36 minus 16 is become 20. Value of d is 20. Okay, hi guys, I'm just moving to the practical program number 48. Write a program to find the grade of a student on percentage marks. Like percentages are given and you have to find the grade, like if 80% above A plus A grade, then 70% above B grade, and then so on, it will be represented at A to F grades. So first of all, I'm just given the first variable declaration int num. I've just initialized the variable with printf and scanf, and then another printf is used to enter the marks. Means marks will be presented again, and then the conditions will be applied, that if the number are greater than or is equal to 80, then print A grade, you got A grade. Okay, if this condition is not true, then it will test other conditions. Condition number 2, which is written on the line number 15 with else if. Now if it will, then it will test if the number are greater than or is equal to 60%, then it will print B. Let's suppose the student marks are not equal to 60%, then it will go to the else if. This is the nested loop structure, and else if it will test another condition, third condition, num greater than or is equal to 40. If the number is greater than or is equal to 40, the marks are greater than 40%, then print C grade. Let's say this condition is also not true. You can see that all these conditions are written in the curly braces. So now it will move to the last, else if the number are less than 40. Now here you can see that on line number 22, number less than or is equal to is not written, because less than 40 it will be considered as a fail, or better luck the next time. So if the marks are less than 40, then what will be printed? You failed in this exam, and better luck next time. So just move to compilation. This is entering its marks 450. Okay, 450 marks, you got A grade. Like if I'm going according to your book, 80 marks, it will 80 marks and you got A grade. 80%, 80 means 80% marks. So this is simple output. Okay, I'm going to explain the practical number 49. Write a program to find the sum of odd series from 1 to 100. Odd series means odd numbers which are included in the range from 1 to 100, like 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 and so on. So simply I have explained the program previously. So here the in for loop x is equal to 1, the range repetition will be x is less than or is equal to 100, because we have to find the odd number between the range 1 to 100. And how it will be calculated means x plus 2, 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus 2, 5, and so on. And sum is equal to sum plus x. We have to find the sum of our series. So I'm just going to run it. Sum is 2500. How? Like 1 plus 3, 4, 4 plus 5, 9, 9 plus 7, 16, 16 plus 9, 20, 25, and so on. This is the answer. So in this same, I'm just continuing to the practical number 50. Write a program the following number pattern using nested loop. Okay, the number pattern is given in your output, like on first line 1 will be printed, on second line 2, 1 and 2, on third line 3 values, on fourth line 4 values, and in fifth line 5 values. So I'm just going to open this program 50. Okay, there are two variables x and y. Okay, the first one is incrementing the numbers values, and the second loop is used to tell the pattern of the number. Okay, for x is equal to 1, x is less than or is equal to 5, x is equal to x plus 1. Means how the loop will be printed, like on line number 1, 1 digit, and line number 2, 2 digits. How x is equal to x plus 1 means 2 digits, and then x plus 1, x2 plus 1 next on line 3 digits, and 3 plus 1 next on the line 4 digits, and 4 plus 1 on next line 5 digits. And for y, y is equal to 1, y is less than or is equal to x, and y is equal to y plus 1. Means how the number will be incremented. The like starting from 1, and y is less than or is equal to x means the value is 5, and it will be repeated until the value became the 5 is equal to 5 or less than 5. Now it will be printed. Both two printf commands statements are given on line number 13 and 14. Y, first printf is used to print the value of y, like on line number 1, 1, line number 2, 1 and 2, line number 3, 1, 2, 3, line number 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and on line number 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And another printf, there is use the slash n for skip sequence just to get the print on different line. I'm just going to run it. You can see, but it is written on the same line, so I'm just going to change it. N. Yeah, you can see 1, 1, 2, 1, 3.